Entrances is a 3-year project funded by the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Program, developed between 2020 and 2023. It aimed to develop a theoretically based and empirically grounded understanding of cross-cutting issues related to social sciences and humanities aspects of the clean energy transition in 13 European coal and carbon-intensive regions, so as to formulate a set of recommendations in order to tackle these issues.
The Entrances project is a project that aims to explore the social aspects of the energy transition in Europe. Specifically, we explore 13 regions, trying to look at the social impact of what is happening in the regions in terms of analysis of the coal and carbon-intensive regions, and in terms of what happened to people, what happened to community, and what happened to the interactions between the people and the environment, the people and the territory.
To that end, during the project's journey, the members of the project's consortia, with the support of project's partners, developed several studies and reports, including 6-dimensional analyses to gain deep insights into the 13 coal and carbon-selected regions and the challenges they were facing with the clean energy transition process. 13 in-depth case studies were developed, detailing the research findings and the main challenges and coping strategies. 15 policy briefs, 1 for each coal and carbon region, and 2 additional ones focusing on 2 main horizontal aspects: gender-related aspects and deterritorialization. At the culmination of this project, the final conference allowed experts, stakeholders, and participants to convene and share their findings and discuss the outcomes. While the project aims to understand the regional impacts, there are overarching challenges Europe faces that can't be ignored. Political unrest, economic upheavals, and a global pandemic have all played their part in shaping the current landscape. Diving deep into regional perspectives, the post-war situation in Europe posed unique trials.
One important challenge in many of the regions is now the changed situation after the war in Europe that increased energy prices. We cannot rely on natural gas in the same way than we did before, and this is a major challenge for energy stability, for energy supply in Europe. And then we had a pandemic in between, already challenged the economic developments in many regions, and now the green transition is an additional challenge that puts people under stress.
While the energy transition is a central theme, it's just one part of a larger transformation. It's essential to recognize the broader changes these territories have been undergoing. Areas dependent on coal and carbon-intensive industries are witnessing multidimensional changes that began decades ago, influencing their economy and territorial organization.
In coal and carbon-intensive region, the clean energy transition is just one piece of the puzzle, because these territories are facing a broader transformation that started a long time ago of their economy, of the way the territory is organized. So if we think at the transition of this territory as the energy transition, we miss some piece of the paper, because there are territorial actors that work there for the territory, and not always the clean energy transition and territorial needs goes well together, of course.
A crucial aspect of this project is the emphasis on participation and representation in the decision-making process. There's an urgent call to ensure the voices of all are heard, especially those that have historically been sidelined.
Something important to consider is participation and representation. So we can observe like a decision-making is also male-dominated. We can observe like women are underrepresented in decision-making spaces. On having a just, fair transition that offer benefits for all, we'll need to bring those voices, not only of women, but also from marginalized groups or people in more vulnerable position to the impacts of the transition, to the conversation, and to increase the social dialogue.
Defining the just transition concept is still an open debate. Justice in transition is multifaceted. Recognizing what just means to various stakeholders is crucial, as is understanding the different dimensions of justice that need to be acknowledged and acted upon during this energy transition.
It is necessary that the transition is a just transition, so that the different actors in that transition do not lose more than they can bear. And it's high on the agenda of the European Commission, of the local governments, so it is a hot topic. On the other hand, it's difficult to know what just means for the different actors. So what is a just transition?
Through co-creation workshops and diverse collaborations, Entrances has worked on varied recommendations, considering aspects from stimulating economic activity to addressing significant gender pay gaps, providing a multifaceted approach towards just transition.
Well, in terms of just transition, we have elaborated quite a lot of recommendations and findings in our co-creation workshops. And what we have seen is that it's very important to stimulate innovation in economic activity in some of the regions. That's especially for the coal regions where you have phase out of economic activity, so you need to find new ways of employing people, of finding income.
It has become evident that the transition is multifaceted, and its success relies on a harmonious integration of economic, social, and cultural elements. It's essential to recognize the cultural and emotional ties people have to their regions. Their involvement and belief in the transformation amplifies the chances of a successful, positive change.
So one way to conclude on these findings is to highlight that it's not enough to focus on providing economic pathways to further develop the region and to assist this economic recovery. People are also important, and the framework, the cultural way in which they perceive the region and the future of their region is also very important, because this further creates a higher chance for them to stay in the region and be part of this positive transformation.
As revealed by the Entrances project, how communities adapt socially and economically is crucial to keeping residents in the regions. Place identity plays a significant role in discouraging residents from relocating, even though nostalgia can contribute to their resilience in the face of decarbonization.
The conference that we have concluded in Brussels addresses these aspects and allow the arising of new dimensions that we have to take into account in the next steps of this project. So this conference, this project has revealed that there are a lot of aspects related to multiple disciplines that need to work in cooperation. But interdisciplinarity is not enough, because it needs to work with policymakers and with experts in policy communication and experts in citizen engagement that try to finalize with a real transformation of the territory, with a real transformation of the quality of life in the regions.
Entrances findings underscore that the energy transition is not just about technology or the economy. It's a holistic social transformation, requiring understanding, dialogue, and inclusivity. Both collaboration and voice amplification will trigger the movement towards a sustainable and just future. You can find more about Entrances findings and publications on the Entrances website. Thank you for watching. We're happy to have had you with us on this research journey.